If your dog could speak, what would they say? You might not be ready for the answer. Imagine waking up one day to hear your furry best friend say, "Hey, where's my breakfast?" Or, "Stop leaving me home alone." It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but what if dogs could really talk? The way they look at you, wag their tails, or even bark at certain times, it all means something. In this video, we're diving into the hidden language of dogs and what they might be trying to tell you every day. Dogs may not have words like humans, but they do have their own way of communicating. Scientists and animal behaviorists have spent years studying how dogs express emotions, needs, and even thoughts through body language, facial expressions, and vocalizations. If we learn to understand these cues, it's almost like they're speaking to us already. How do dogs talk to humans? Dogs are incredibly expressive animals. Even though they don't form words, they have a complex system of communication that involves their eyes, ears, tail, and even their posture. Tail wagging. You might think a wagging tail always means a happy dog, but that's not entirely true. A slow wag with a stiff posture can mean uncertainty, while a fast, loose wag usually means excitement. A tucked tail, that's fear or submission. Barking and growling. Some barks are playful, others are warnings. A sharp, repetitive bark often means, "Hey, I see something," while a low, drawn-out growl could mean, "I don't feel safe." Facial expressions. Dogs actually have puppy dog eyes on purpose. Studies show they evolved to make those big, sad-looking eyes to trigger a caring response from humans. It's not just cute, it's smart. Body language. Ever noticed your dog leaning on you? That's their way of showing love and trust. Rolling over and exposing their belly. That's submission, or sometimes a sneaky way to ask for belly rubs. What would your dog say if they could talk? Now, let's imagine your dog had the ability to speak. What would they actually tell you? Here are some real possibilities based on canine psychology. 1. I understand more than you think. Dogs can recognize hundreds of words, and some, like border collies, have been trained to understand over 1,000 words. Your pup might not only understand basic commands, but also associate certain words with emotions and experiences. 2. I don't like being left alone all the time. Separation anxiety is a real struggle for many dogs. They might talk to you through destructive behavior, like chewing shoes or scratching doors. If they could speak, they'd probably say, "Take me with you, or at least give me something fun to do while you're gone." 3. I love you more than anything. Dogs form deep emotional bonds with their owners. Studies show they experience love and attachment similar to human toddlers. If they had words, they'd probably remind you daily just how much you mean to them. 4. I need more exercise and mental stimulation. Bored dogs can become anxious or even aggressive. If your dog could talk, they might be asking for more walks, interactive toys, or even a new trick to learn. 5. I can sense your emotions. Ever notice your dog getting extra cuddly when you're feeling down? That's because dogs are experts at reading human emotions. They don't need words to understand when you're sad, happy, or stressed. They just know. Real-life stories. Dogs. Communicating in surprising ways. There have been many cases where dogs have spoken to their owners in ways that go beyond simple barking or wagging. Here are a few mind-blowing examples. A dog that detects illness. Some dogs have been trained to sniff out diseases like cancer or even predict seizures before they happen. They don't say it with words, but their actions speak louder than any language. A talking husky. A famous Siberian husky named Mishka became an internet sensation because she spoke words like, "I love you," in a way that sounded eerily human.
Oh, I love you.
While she wasn't really talking, her ability to mimic sounds amazed millions. A loyal dog that saved lives. There are countless stories of dogs warning their owners about dangers, like fires or intruders. If they had words, they'd probably shout, "Wake up! There's danger!" The science behind canine communication. Scientists believe that dogs may have the ability to talk in ways we don't fully understand yet. Some studies suggest dogs can recognize human emotions just by hearing our voices. Others have shown that certain dog breeds can be trained to use communication buttons to express their needs. One famous example is Bunny, a sheepadoodle that has learned to talk using a soundboard of buttons. Bunny presses words like outside, play, and even love you to communicate with her owner. While it's not speech as we know it, it's proof that dogs have a deeper understanding of language than we might assume. How you can talk to your dog. Right now, while we may never hear our dogs form full sentences, there are ways to improve communication with them. Observe their body language. Pay close attention to their tail, ears, and posture. They're always talking through movement. Train with consistent words. Dogs respond best to clear, simple commands. Using the same words consistently will help them understand you better. Use tone of voice. Dogs are highly sensitive to tone. A happy, high-pitched voice can excite them, while a deep, calm voice can reassure them. Respond to their needs. If your dog brings you a toy, it's probably saying, "Let's play." If they paw at you, they might be saying, "I need some love." Final thoughts. What would your dog say? At the end of the day, our dogs don't need words to tell us how they feel. Their love, loyalty, and unique ways of expressing themselves are enough to prove that they truly are man's best friend. So, what do you think your dog would say if they could talk? Would they ask for more treats, more belly rubs? Or maybe they'd just remind you every day, "I love you more than anything." Drop a comment below and let us know. What's the one thing you think your dog would say if they could talk?